My name is Arthur, and I was a man who believed in blueprints, not just for the buildings I designed as an engineer, but for life itself. I believed in logic, in cause and effect, in predictable outcomes. My world was a fortress of facts and figures, and I was its king. Emotions were variables to be minimized. Coincidences were statistical noise. The universe, to me, was not a mystery to be experienced, but a problem to be solved. And for a long time, my blueprint worked, until it didn't. It all fell apart with the cold, brutal logic I had always revered. The market shifted, my company downsized. My job, the central pillar of my identity, was eliminated. The logic was sound. My position was no longer profitable. In the ensuing storm of my own failure, my relationship crumbled. My fiancée, a woman who spoke the language of feelings I had always tried to translate into logic, finally gave up. "You live in a blueprint, Arthur," she said, her voice full of a sadness I couldn't calculate. "But I need to live in a poem." I was left with nothing but the ruins of my own perfect plan. I was lost, adrift in a chaotic ocean without a map, a compass, or a shore in sight. My logical mind, my greatest tool, was useless. It could only calculate the velocity of my own descent. In my despair, I started to notice things, small, insignificant details. The first was a recurring number, 44. I saw it everywhere, on a license plate in traffic, the time on a clock when I woke up in the middle of the night, my bill at a coffee shop, $4.44. It was statistical noise, I told myself, a trick of a mind searching for patterns. Then came the song, an old, obscure song my father used to love. I heard it on the radio in a taxi, then again being hummed by a woman in the grocery store. Then, as the background music in a documentary I randomly clicked on. 3 times in one day, a coincidence, nothing more.
The final piece was a phrase. I was sitting on a park bench, a ghost in my own city, when an old man sat next to me. He was reading a book. He suddenly looked up, not at me, but at the sky, and said to no one in particular, "You just have to trust the unseen path." He then closed his book and walked away. The number 44, the song, the phrase. My logical mind screamed at me, "This is madness. You're connecting unrelated data points. This is how people lose their minds." But another, quieter voice whispered from the ruins of my life, "What have you got to lose?" My perfect plan had led me to this empty park bench. Maybe it was time to try a different kind of map. So I decided to play a game against my own logic. I would follow the signs, just for one day. I found an old city map. My father had lived on 44th Street. It was a part of the city I'd never visited. The song he loved was called "The Bluebird's Call." I looked for a place on 44th Street with Bluebird in its name. There was one, an old forgotten bookstore called the Bluebird's Nook. It felt absurd, it felt insane, but for the first time in months, I felt a flicker of something other than despair. Curiosity. I walked into the dusty, quiet bookstore. The air smelled of old paper and forgotten stories. There was no one there except the owner, a kind-faced woman. I wandered through the aisles, not looking for anything in particular. Then I saw him, the old man from the park. He was standing in a corner, holding a book. He saw me, and a slow smile spread across his face. "Ah," he said, "you found your way. I thought you might." He held out the book he was holding. The title was The Unseen Path.
It was a book of old maps, not of cities or countries, but of forgotten hiking trails, pilgrimage routes, paths that followed ley lines and ancient rivers. "My father was a cartographer of these," the old man explained.
He believed that some paths are not meant to be chosen by logic, but by resonance, by following the quiet pull of the world. I opened the book, and there it was, a map of a trail just outside the city, a trail I had never heard of, a trail that started at a place called Bluebird Creek and ended at a lookout point known as the Architect's View. The next morning, I went there. I followed the unseen path. It was overgrown, difficult, and beautiful. And when I reached the top, I saw a view of the city I had never seen before. My city. From this perspective, it didn't look like a cold grid of streets and buildings. It looked like a living, breathing organism, a tapestry of 1,000,000 interconnected lives, a poem. I didn't get my old job back. My fiancé didn't return. The world did not magically rearrange itself to fit my old blueprint. But standing there, on that lookout, I realized something profound. The universe is not a problem to be solved. It is a mystery to be lived. And it speaks a language older and deeper than logic, a language of signs, of symbols, of quiet resonances. I had spent my life trying to draw a perfect map, only to realize that the most beautiful paths are the ones we don't draw ourselves. They are the ones we discover when we finally have the courage to get lost. Thank you for your time.